I am making fish rolls today using sliced bread. You will love it. First, I'll start by cutting and cleaning my fish. Alright, so this is for all those who keep quarreling when I throw fish head away. I'm adding this one for you to come and eat. This is for you. I just remove the gills. I actually wouldn't be needing anything from this head, but let me just give it to you guys. You love it. Alright, so now that I'm done with the fish, the next thing I'm going to do is to boil it and season very well. Okay, so I have my chopped onions. I'm going to add the fish into the pot now. Half bulb of a small sized onions, a sprinkle of rosemary leaves, a sprinkle of oregano, a little bit of ginger, and some salt. Now, something that goes very well with fish is garlic. If you have the chance, do not miss garlic in any of your fish dishes. So I'll be adding that to my fish. So to the fish, I'll be adding very little water just to steam it. I just want to steam it, then debone it, flake it, and add it to my filling for the fish roll. So I'm going to cover it and allow it steam. Okay, so right now, I'm going to make the bread crumbs. For your bread crumbs, you just need bread to make bread crumbs. Day-old bread, 5 days old bread, fresh bread, it's not a problem. All you need to do is to warm your bread or get a crust from your bread by just cooking it on frying pan like this. So all you need is a hot frying pan or a toaster or an oven. You just want to toast your bread to get some crust or crumbs. So you need to stir on your bread from time to time just to make sure it doesn't burn. So you can hear it already have that crusty feel. Okay? So the bread is dry and crusty now, so I'm going to go process it to get my bread crumbs. I'm just going to pour this into my food processor. Okay, so my bread crumb is ready. I'm going to pour it into so I'll be cracking 3 eggs into my plate. I'll add some seasoning and whisk. This I'm going to set aside while I start flaking the fish. The fish is ready now. So I'll leave the head for those of you who like fish head. So this is hot, so I'm using 2 forks. So just open it up, get the bone out, and the side, that side has bone. The fin, the bones are attached to the fin. I'm going to get that out. Bones out, I'm just going to mash it like this to flake. If you see any other bone sticking out, pick it. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to make my filling. To my filling, I'll be adding onions and bell pepper. So I'll just be using about 1/4 of the yellow pepper. Okay, so that's ready. Let's turn on our cooker for the filling. So I'll just add a little bit of oil into my pan, enough to coat the pan, a little bit of salt and the chopped onions. This is half of a small bulb of onion. I'm going to saute that for a bit. So I'll add about 1 clove of garlic and stir on that. So about 1/2 teaspoon of ginger is fine. Stir. I have frozen carrots, frozen peas, so they are all going in. My green peas and my yellow capsicum pepper or yellow bell peppers. All right, so I'm going to stir on that. And to that will go my seasoning powder. So I'll stir on that and quickly make a slurry with corn flour. This is about 2 tablespoons of corn flour. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water in it and stir. Now this is going to help bind the sauce together or bind the filling together. Now you can add potatoes if you want, add whatever you want to add to it to make your filling better. So before I add the corn flour, my fish will go in. If you find any bones sticking out, pick them out. I'll use the slurry to bind it all together. So this slurry is made of cornstarch or made from cornstarch. Just 2 tablespoons with water just to bind it together. Here we are. Turn it off and allow it to cool. This is fine. Now you can cut off the edges if you want, but I always feel like the bread is not big. Why do we want to still cut off the edges? So when you cut off the edges, it makes it prettier. So I'll add the fish and I'll roll. I'm going to be doubling this. I'm going to roll it in egg, then the breadcrumbs. You can stick some breadcrumbs in there to cover up the fish inside. So this is my last one, all rolled up. I have some fillings left so we can make more later. So now I'm going to fry it. I'll just heat up oil and kind of in between shallow fry and deep frying really. So in case you are wondering why the egg, why the breadcrumbs? Now the egg is to bind it together. The breadcrumbs is to make sure that the bread doesn't soak while frying. So I'm going to add the bread into the oil now. You can do the same thing with your sausages. So I have a sausage recipe too for sausage bread rolls. You can check it on my YouTube pages on my YouTube under the lunch series. Check my YouTube. So kiddies recipe. So it's not just for kids. You can have it for breakfast. So the same thing I did. Instead of the filling, the fish filling, you can just roll your sausage in it. You can use just one bread. I was actually starting with one piece of bread to roll, but I realized that this bread was actually very soft, so I don't want the fish to break apart and splatter everywhere, so that's why I doubled it. Make sure it doesn't burn. Turn each side to cook until you get golden brown. So this is ready. Now this looks very, very good. Very beautiful on the inside. Yum. and we're already enjoying my fish roll. Bridget, what do you think about this fish roll?
This fish roll is like everything because first of all, you won't even know it's not made with flour, like bread. So it's actually, will I say, more convenient because you don't even have to pass through the rigors of making and all that. Yeah,
fantastic.
And the taste is heavenly. Like you can get all the flavors and everything.
And the filling as well. This filling has got vegetables in them. I use frozen carrots and frozen peas.
Okay.
Titus fish, my favorite fish.
Yes, I love it.
Favorite fish is in here. And just made a little slurry to bind them together. It's really lovely. You won't believe it until you try it. You should try.
It's really nice.
It's really, really nice. I love it.
If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, share and comment. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do click on the subscribe button and notification bell to enjoy more of my recipes.